Well, good evening and welcome to Galesville, where we're going to have a Coulee Conference softball matchup between the GET Redhawks and the Westby Lady Norse. Start out with some starting lineups. First for Westby, leading off and doing the catching is Kennedy Briggen. Batting second, playing second base is Olivia Nedland. Batting third in right field is Kenzie Stelner. Batting fourth and doing the pitching is Jada Berg. Batting fifth, playing center field, Hannah Nelson. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Kaylee Kerner. Batting seventh, the designated player is Emma Salverson. Batting eighth is the left fielder, Abby Leese. And ninth is the third baseman, Whitney Hansen. Easton Grass will be playing first base as the flex player. And that's the starting lineup for the Westby Lady Norse. As we move into GET, we have Shayna Kirky is doing the pitching and leading off, when DeJager is the shortstop batting second. Bistadu is the third baseman batting third. Catching is Anderson playing second man. The first pitch is fouled off by Briggen, and we're underway. Batting fifth is the second baseman, Kokot. Sixth is the left fielder, Cox. Seventh is the center fielder, Johnson. Eighth is the right fielder. There's a swing and a miss by Briggen. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Gimza. And the designated player batting ninth, is Mack. The flex player is the third baseman, Gims. And the 0-2 is fouled off by Briggen. Westby looking to stay undefeated in the Coulee Conference. Just played a couple of Coulee Conference games. There's a changeup that Briggen gets her hands back, fouls it off, and stays alive as nobody can run that one down. And the two-strike pitch coming again. That one's taken high. That one is kind of rolled in the dirt. That should even the count at 2-2. Westby was victorious on Monday night over Viroqua at Viroqua. And there's Briggen. She hits a fly ball. That's going to drop in center field in front of the center fielder. And Briggen leads off this game with a base hit. So Kennedy Briggen gets Westby off to a good start. That brings up Olivia Nedland, the second baseman. Briggen the runner on first. Olivia Nedland steps up to the plate. Kirking's first pitch is taken high for ball one. Gets the signs, gets back in the box. There's a pitch that's slapped to the third baseman. Nice play by the third baseman to record the out. Briggen tries to get into third, and they got her. Nice defensive play by GET. Fielded that slap, hit the third, got the speedy Nedland out. Briggen tried to get to third as nobody was covering, but they recovered and got to the bag, made a nice throw, and threw out Briggen at third. So Olivia Nedland is out 5-3. Stelner up now, and she hits this one, popped up. Shortstop comes in, cuts in front of the second baseman, makes the catch, and that was going to retire the side. So with that, we're going to take a break. We've played one half of an inning. Westby nothing, GET coming up.
Oh, thanks. We had sealants do Stainmaster Pet Protect carpets, so it's really easy to clean.
Mom, can I bring the garden hose into my bedroom?
The what? Why?
Me and Max took a shortcut through the woods and we're kinda...
Do not take another step, either of you. Did I mention I love Stainmaster Pet Protect Carpet?
Sealand's Carpetland floors to go in Coon Valley, where the #1 priority is you.
Basically, if you could step on it, Sealand sells it.
Can I still bring the hose into my bedroom?
That'll be a no.
Evinger's Equipment Sales and Service, featuring steel, country clipper, simplicity, and much more. It's Evinger Equipment in Viroqua. Best of luck to the Eagles, Blackhawks, and Norsemen as they compete in the Coulee and Scenic Bluffs conference races.
And we're back here in Galesville. We played one half of an inning. Westby ended up going 1-2-3, even though Kennedy Brigham led off the game with a base hit. She was cut down trying to get to third on a slap bunt play. So Sheena Kirky will lead off for GET. And Jada Berg's first pitch is squared around. I believe she offered. She did. That's strike one. Pitch was a little low, but Kirky could not pull the bat back in time. Berg gets the sign. And the pitch is taken high, I believe, for ball one. Evens the count at 1-1. That pitch is hit into left. Lease coming on and makes the catch. Nice opposite field hit by Kirky, but Lease had her played perfectly. Made a good jump on that one and made that one look easy. Nice play by Abby Lease to get the first out. That brings up Hallie Jaeger with one away here. We're just in the bottom half of the first inning, no score. That pitch is fouled straight back up and out of play. So Berg ahead of Jaeger, 1-0. 0-1, excuse me. Squares around the bunt, gets it down, but it's tapped foul. So Berg quickly ahead, 0-2. And the 0-2 is drilled foul down the third base line. From my angle, it looked like it was about ready to take the third base coach out, but I don't even think he moved, so it must not have been that close. Count remains 0-2. Once again, we are in the bottom of the first of this Coulee Conference varsity softball game. Score is 0-0. One away here in the bottom of the second. There's a pitch tapped, and Hansen couldn't run that one down, so the count stays 0-2. That one's taken high. That's ball one. 1-2, a good spot for Berg to miss on that one. And she swings through that one. That was a little bit above the belt, so Berg gets her first strikeout of the game, and it's the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Maggie Bistadu. She is the third baseman, wearing number 20. Berg comes set, and the first pitch to Bistadu is tapped foul toward the Westby dugout. The ever-agile Roger Korger, first base umpire, got over there and knocked that one down. Count is 0-1 to Bistadu, and there's a called strike. Quickly 0-2 again. That's when Jada Bergson, you can tell when she's on, she tends to be 0-2 and 1-2 to about every hitter in the lineup, and when she's really throwing her good stuff. So off to a pretty sharp start is Jada Berg. The 0-2 is taken up and away. And there's a swing and a miss. Belt tie in the outside corner. Berg gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, and GET goes down 1-2-3. We've played one complete. It is 0-0.
Eagle Title Company, located on the north side of Coon Valley, 95 Central Avenue. Be sure to stop in, talk to Lori Holte regarding the 5 things not to do during your new property closing. Peace of mind and solid protection for you, the consumer, during your new purchase. Lori Holte, working only in Vernon, Monroe, and La Crosse counties to serve you. Scenic Bluffs Community Health Centers, with medical, dental, behavioral health, chiropractic, acupuncture, and pharmacy services. They support all of your healthcare needs under one roof. Scenic Bluffs offering a sliding fee scale program to make high quality care more affordable. Schedule an appointment today, 654-5100.
Welcome back to Galesville here. We're at the top of the second inning. Leading off for Westby with Jada Berg, followed by Hannah Nelson and Kaylee Kerner as Berg takes strike 1. Kirking out ahead of Jada Berg here. Berg off to a pretty good start here with the bat this season as she swings through that one. Quickly 0-2. That one falls a bit short, taken for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. There's an off-speed pitch, and that's taken for strike 3. Boy, that was a beauty. Kind of buckled the knees of Jada Berg there a little bit and couldn't pull the trigger on that one. And that's Kirking's first strikeout. That brings up the center fielder, Hannah Nelson. Nelson swings through the first pitch. And Kirking doesn't appear to throw very hard at all, but that changeup is still very effective. As that was a beautiful pitch she threw for strike 3 to Jada Berg. And Nelson fouls off the second pitch. She's down quickly 0-2. That one's taken low. So a mirror image of the first at bat of the inning, 1-2. Kaylee Kerner stands in the on-deck circle as the 1-2 is fouled off by Nelson. She stays alive. Once again, Westby is 2-0 in the conference with wins over Onalaska Luther and Viroqua. They're going to start having conference games stacked up on top of each other here in the next few days. As that pitch is taken low for ball 2. Evens the count at 2-2. We're going to try to be out at, there's ball 3 taken low. Good at bat here by Hannah Nelson so far. Doubleheader tomorrow night at West Salem for these Lady Norse. Nelson grounds this one past a diving attempt by the shortstop into left field, so Westby has its second hit of the ball game. That's what Nelson does best. She just kind of throws her hands out there and loves to hit to the opposite field, and that time she put it right by the shortstop for Westby's second hit. And that brings up the shortstop, Kaylee Kerner. She is the only junior in the lineup. That one's popped up to catch her, and that's dropped. So second life here for Kaylee Kerner. That's always a tough play for a catcher to make. It's a long run for the first baseman, and those tend to have so much spin on them, and even if you can get your glove on him, if you don't get a good squeeze on it with that catcher's mitt, it can spin right out of it, which is what happened to the catcher there. Kerner takes a ball, evens the count at 1-1. That one rolls up there for ball 2. A couple of those from Kirking tonight. Maybe trouble finding that release point. Nelson, the runner on first, as Kerner swings through that pitch. It's now 2-2. And I'm sorry, that is Easton Grass in the on-deck circle. That ball is taken for 3. It's dropped. Nelson's going to try to get it, and I think they're going to get her, and she is out at second base. Sorry, a little late on the camera work there, but another out on the bases. As the catcher, Kinley Anderson, made a beautiful throw to second and easily cut down Hannah Nelson at first base. Now the bases are empty now with 2 outs. Kerner looks at ball 3. Full count now to Kaylee Kerner. Yeah, it is Easton Grass in the on-deck circle. She is the flex player. Emma Salverson's the designated player. And I apologize as Kerner takes ball 4, so another base runner for the Lady Norse. So I'm going to have to do some research on that. I don't really know how this whole flex designated player works for sure. I thought in the book here it was going to show that Emma Salverson was going to bat and Easton was going to play first, but maybe they can just decide as we go here. So, at any rate, Easton Grass will bat here, 2 away. She looks at a ball low. Next pitch is in the same spot, taken for a ball. Quickly 2-0. Abby Lease in the on-deck circle. She'll be followed by Whitney Hansen if Westby can keep this inning going. Kaylee Kerner now the runner on first base. The 2-0. Swung on and missed by Grass. Makes the count 2-1. Well, Kirking works fast. She gets right back there. She's ready to go as that's swung on and missed for strike 2. So 2-2 is the count. Grass moving some dirt around. I think she's just trying to slow down Kirking a little bit. Here it comes, and she swings through that one, and Kirking gets her second strikeout of the ball game as Grass goes down swinging. So with that, Westby gets no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 left after a walk, and after an inning and a half, we are still scoreless.
The Daily Brew Company, Westby's newest business. Stop in for terrific coffee and mouth-watering sandwiches each and every day. Located at 100 Washington Street. Call ahead, 634-4001. It's family owned. The Oleroots and Cades invite you to stop in. The Riverbank, with branch offices located in Coon Valley and Westby to serve all of your banking needs. When looking for that down-home financial help, be sure to stop in and talk to your local Riverbank associate. Since 1991, serving the greater Coulee region, it's the Riverbank. Coon Valley Telecommunications. Located in the heart of Coon Valley, Coon Valley Telecommunications brings high-speed internet, HD television, and crisp phone service to the Coon Valley, Stoddard, and Chaseburg communities, bringing fiber to the valley That's the motto with Coon Valley Telecommunications. Give them a call, 608-452-3101.
And we're back here in Galesville. We've got 1 inning and a half in the books. It's still 0-0. GT comes around for its second at bat. Leading off, this is Anderson, the catcher, who threw out Hannah Nelson last inning with a great throw. That ball's taken for a strike. Berg out in front, 0-1. Yeah, she made a great play. I think she kind of dropped the ball. Ball was in the dirt. Nelson kind of took a gamble that maybe she'd have a hard time finding it, but she didn't. She threw a strike to second base and threw out Nelson by a pretty good margin. 1-1 is the count now to Anderson. Kokot on deck, followed by Cox. That pitch is fouled away. Puts Berg ahead 1-2. And that pitch that's a ball. Look good from here, but I am about 220 feet away from home plate, so. Two and two. There's a pitch hit to grass. Second baseman, goes off of her foot, and that's going to be an error on grass. And with that, we're going to get a runner for the catcher. That is number 17. I don't have the benefit of a program, so I'm not going to be able to let you know who that is. We're umpire making note of that. That brings up Cadence Kokot. She is the second baseman. So leadoff runner aboard here for GT. That's our first runner of the ball game here in just the second inning. Berg toes the rubber. And the runner's going to go. Briggan's throw is on target, but would have been close, but at any rate, ball was dropped, so we got a stolen base. That puts the courtesy runner on second base. There's a pitch that's popped up on the infield. Grass coming on and makes the catch. Going to hold the runner to second base. Nice play by Easton Grass. Good communication there from that entire infield. Berg had thoughts, I think, of maybe trying to go get it, but did the right thing, and Grass went in and made the play. So now there's one away, runner on second base. This is Cox, the left fielder. That pitch is low and away. Berg does get quite a few strikeouts, had 2 in the first inning. This would be a great time to pick up another one. That pitch is taken high, but she is behind in the count, 2-0. That pitch tapped foul. Brings the count to 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. Tapped foul again, evens the count, 2-2. So Berg worked her way back into this count, evening it up at 2-2, and here comes the delivery, and that's taken for strike 3. Beautiful pitch there by Jada Berg. Gets her third strikeout in this ball game. That brings up Tatum Johnson, the center fielder. 7th batter for GET. Runner still on second base is the courtesy runner for Anderson, who reached on an error. She still stands at second base. 2 away now here. We're in the bottom of the second, no score. That pitch fouled back, evens the count, 1-1. That's pitch taken for a strike right at the knees by Berg. Puts her ahead in the count 1-2. And Berg looking to work around a leadoff base runner here in the second. And that's taken for strike 3. So a couple of backwards Ks for Berg, and that's the beauty of having a strikeout pitcher. You can work around a lot of damage there. And so there were no runs on no hits. There was an error and 1 left for GET. We've played 2 complete. It is 0-0. We'll be right.
Premier Co-op, serving members since 1893. Your corporate office located in Mount Horeb. Other sites include Cashton, Lafarge, Richland Center, Viroqua, Eastman, and Westby. Best of luck to all the area teams throughout the season. And they wish all of you a happy and prosperous new year. Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op, located at 113 Cactus Drive in Chaseburg. Be sure to give John Maslevicek or any of his team members a call. 483-2194. Quick and friendly service. Fuel to fertilizers, feed rations to livestock health. Is Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op.
There are a lot of good reasons to shop the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store in Westby. Try the all-new sour cream pouch filled with fresh, all-natural sour cream that makes serving a whole lot easier. Just squeeze to put the finishing touches on any meal with no mess. Squeeze on tacos, chili, baked potatoes, you name it. Store it in your fridge for any time or bring it along on camping trips and picnics. Squeezable sour cream pouches are convenient farm-to-table country goodness from Westby Co-op Creamery.
And we're back here in Galesville. We played 2 complete. It is 0-0. Leading off for the Lady Norse, we have the left fielder Abby Lease, followed by Whitney Hansen, and then Kennedy Brigham back at the top of the order. First pitch to Lease is taken low for ball 1. Westby's had base runners in each of the first 2 innings, and they left stranded 1. They've made 2 outs being aggressive on the bases. And that's kind of the risk you take. It's good to be aggressive, especially early in a game. Has not worked out as GET has played some pretty good defense here in this one so far. Pitch to Lease is taken high for a ball. 2-0 out of the count. Yeah, 3-0 it was count. I'm sorry. I thought I missed a pitch, and that was a ball. So Lease draws a 4-pitch walk. Good at bat for Abby Lease. And Westby with more traffic on the bases here in the 3rd inning. This brings up Whitney Hansen, 3rd baseman tonight. First pitch to her, she squares around a bunt, and I believe she offered. That is the call. Strike 1 to Whitney Hansen. Looked like a pretty good pitch to bunt, just didn't get the bat on it. She's going to try around, try again, stabs at that one, and that's going to be strike 2. Takes a few of the options away here from Coach Stenciling as Hansen in a hole 0-2, but she fouls, hits this one. That's going to be trouble. It does land foul as unable to run it down was anybody from GET. Count stays 0-2. We're in the top of the third inning. That pitch is bounced up there, 1-2. Top of the third inning, still no score. Hansen hits this one hard to left and deep. This is going to get over the head and onto the warning track. Lease is going to be held up at third, and Whitney Hansen with a big 2-strike double as she put it into the left field gap where no one could get to it and had some power behind that swing, and she's going to end up with a stand-up double. Westby in business here in the top of the third. Second, third, nobody out following that double by Whitney Hansen. That brings up top of the order Kennedy Brigham, so a golden opportunity for Westby to get on the scoreboard, put up a crooked number. First pitch to Brigham, she swings through that one for strike 1. She squares around a bunch. She gets it down. It's a good one. Lease is going to try to score. I believe she's under it. She is safe. Brigham's going to take off for second, and that couldn't have worked out any better for the Lady Norse. The squeeze play was on, safety squeeze there, and it was ran to perfection. A great bunt by Kennedy Brigham. Lease scores from third on the safety squeeze. Hansen to third. Kennedy Brigham is going to end up on second base on what's going to be a fielder's choice. I think we give that a sacrifice in a fielder's choice as she gets to second base. And that's taken for a strike, Olivia Nedland. She kind of slap bunted down the third base line. Her first at bat was retired at first base, and then they got Brigham out at third. She kind of slaps that one in, and she held on to that one too long. Now we're going to get this run to try to score, and she is safe. So really putting the pressure on GET's defense. Boy, if you hesitate for a second with Nedland down the line, you're in trouble, and she beat that out. That is going to be a base hit. On the throw, Hansen scores from third base. Brigham stays on second in that play, and that brings up the 3-batter, Kenzie Stelner. 2-0 now, Westby, and looking to tack on more here in the third inning. So Nedland gets a single on that. Officially, I don't believe there's a swing and a miss by Stelner. Officially, I don't believe she gets credit for the RBI because the runner advanced after the throw to first. And that's taken for a strike. And that's going to be a straight steal of third for Brigham. And a steal of second base for Nedland. 2 strikes on Stelner. I think there might be a ball. I'm having a busy trying to keep the book here. I may have missed a call there. As Stelner hits this one to second base, that's going to be enough to score a run. So Stelner will get an RBI. That moves Nedland to third. Brigham scores. Stelner is out on the putout 4-3. That is just the first out of the inning, and that brings up Jada Berg, who strikeout victim her first at bat. She takes high for a ball there, so just the runner, Nedlund on third now. 3-0 Westby here. 3 runs here in the top of the third inning as Berg swings through that pitch for strike 2. I'm sorry, strike 1. That's 1-1. Squares around a bunt and gets a bat on it, but fouls it back. So now it's 1-2. Another squeeze play effort. The 1-2 to Berg. There's the changeup, and she swings through it, drops it, but gets tagged out. Nedlund stays at third. Well, that changeup has been effective. She's got Berg twice with that changeup. 2 away now here in the top of the third. That brings up Hannah Nelson. She had a base hit her first at bat. Got caught stealing. There's another changeup that's taken for ball 1. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Nedlund the runner at third. Nelson the batter. 3-0 Westby here in the third. Nelson hits that one foul down the left third base line. Count moves to 2-1. Nelson's still ahead there as she swings through that pitch, evens the count 2-2. The 2-2 is taken inside, ball 3. Full up now here for Hannah Nelson. Another good at bat. She worked a full count in her first at bat before slapping a single to left field. Be nice to get another one here. Get that run in. The pitch, and that's lined into left field. That's going to drop for another base hit for Nelson. And that scores Nedlund from third, so Hannah Nelson stays hot. She's 2 for 2. That's a good solid line drive into left field for Hannah Nelson. 4-0 now is the score. Nelson the runner at first base, and Kaylee Kerner steps in with 2 away here. She takes high, ball 1. Easton Grass in the on-deck circle. This is the 8th batter of the inning for Westby as she takes ball 2. That gets by Anderson, so Nelson will get second without a throw. Kerner ahead in the count, 2-0. Another runner in scoring position as Kerner pops this one into left. This is going to be a tough play. It's carrying out to the center fielder who makes the catch to retire the side. But Westby gets 4 runs on 2 hits. There was a walk. They get 4 runs on 2 hits with a walk and a sacrifice. And after 2.5 innings, it is 4-0 Westby.
Be sure to stop in at Peck's Corner. Terrific homemade luncheon specials each and every day. Brats to baked beans, chili with grilled ham and cheese, potato hamburger casserole, tacos, homemade loaded potato soup, and much more. A great place to watch the big game, host a birthday party. We'll see you there. Peck's Corners, outside of Cashton. Cashton Building Supply and CBS Design. Be sure to stop in and see Kevin Kirking or Courtney Kuzi for all your new building or renovation plans. It's your one stop to get everything you need when it comes to home, agricultural, or remodeling projects. Call 654-7871, Cashton Building Supply and CBS Design. Booster Club, supporting the many teams of the Viroqua High School. The Booster Club works closely with coaches and administration to assist in many ways. Contact Rob Klum, Dan Brown, or any Viroqua Booster Club officer. Get involved with the Blackhawks, supporting all athletes, every sport, every season.
And we're back here in Galesville. We've played 2.5 innings, bottom of the third. Westby with a 4-0 lead. Haley Giemsma is going to lead this off for GT, followed by Mack, I believe. There she squares around the bunt, gets down a beauty. Berg picks it up, fires to first base, and backed up by Nedlund, and that's going to kind of made an effort there to go, but didn't get that step in. Tough play for the Lady Norse. Tough throw to handle. We're going to give that a base hit. I think she might have beat that anyway. So Haley Giemsma leads off this inning with a bunt single. And they're going to square out, get another bunt attempt. Throw to second base is a little off target. Might have had him in time, but throw a little up the second base line, and another stolen base for GET. The bunt single quickly turns into a double. Pitch was a ball. 1-0 now to Mack. That pitch taken for a strike, and we're even at 1-1. And offering a little too high for ball 2. 2-1 now. So GET looking to cut into this 4-0 lead. Westby got 4 in the top half of the third. Trying to answer here in the bottom half as that pitch is taken high. 3-1 now the count. And that's going to be. Oh, I must have missaw a pitch there. Now it's 3-1, I believe. I thought that was ball 4. My bad. That pitch has popped up out of play. Should be a full count now. Giemsma, the runner at second for GET. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. It's the 3-2. Ground ball to Berg. She makes the play at third. They're going to get the runner from second. We'll move to third pretty easily, but Westby does record the out, and that's a big out. Nice play by Berg. Thank you. So that brings up the pitcher, Shayna Kirky, for GET. Now they have their first potential run here at third base. And this is the leadoff batter in Kirky. She lays down a beautiful bunt. Berg picks this one up, and she's going to hold on to that one as Kirky runs way too well. And not much you can do about that. Great bunt for Kirky. Runner stays put at third base. So runner at the corners now with one away. That brings up Hannah DeJager. I think they said Hannah. And I'm gonna go on a limb and say we're probably gonna see another bunt here. She bunted her last at bat. He squares around, pulls it back. Brigham's going to throw. That's cut off. That might have a play at third, and Hansen doesn't hold on. She'd have been safe anyway. So that's going to be a stolen base for Kirky. Now it's second and third, one away. Hard for me to concentrate on whether that pitch was a strike or not. I believe it was, but I'm going to wait for another pitch, see if I can catch the umpire's signal. That pitch, that's grounded. That's off the glove of Hansen, knocked down by Kerner, and that probably saved a run. But anyway, that's going to be probably an E5. Giemsma scores on the play. That brings the score to 4-1. Kirky moves to third. Now we got runners at the corners. Maggie Bistadu, who was a strikeout victim her first time up. See if DeJager's on the move here. Probably will be. There she goes. And that one's going to go right to third. Knocked down by Hansen, but it squirts away, and that's going to score another run. So they've now cut the lead in half as Kirky scores from third. DeJager moves to second. And once again, I missed the count. There's a strike by Berg. Couldn't quite see what the count is. I apologize. What is it? Oh, 1-1. There's a scoreboard here that works. I just can't see it. There's a ground ball to third. Grass fields that one, but DeJager gets to third base easily. 3 unassisted on the putout for Grass. That's the second out. And that brings up Anderson, who also hit a ground ball to Grass at first, her first at bat. Reached on an error. So a big run for GET on third base here with 2 outs and Anderson the batter. Anderson hits this one foul over the Westby dugout. So Berg ahead on the count, 0-1. Berg's with the 0-1. That's a little upstairs. Evens the count at 1-1. So GET a much better job in this inning of putting the ball in play. Had 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. Kind of broke up rallies as that's taken for strike 2. Yeah, good things can happen when you put the ball in play. Nothing usually does for an offense when strikeouts are involved. But Berg ahead in the count here, 1-2. Looking to get one of those strikeouts, get out of this inning. And the pitch is taken for strike 3, and that's exactly what she does. Big pitch by Jada Berg, leaves that runner at third base. But GET gets 2 back on the benefit of 2 base hits. There was an error, and they have cut the lead in half. It's after 3 complete. It is Westby 4, GET 2.
Nordic Lanes, fun for all seasons. Nordic Lanes on the north side of Westby. Volleyball, beanbag, co-ed softball, and men's softball as well taking place throughout the summer weeks. It's a triple play when you stop in at Nordic Lanes in Westby, a proud supporter of area events. Be sure to stop in and try some of their fantastic pizzas and more. Nordic Lanes in Westby.
Oh, we're back here in GET. We played 3 innings complete. Westby has a 4-2 lead. Got 4 in the top half of the third. GET answered with 2 in the bottom of the third. And Easton Grass is going to lead off here for GET, and she swings through that first one. First strike 1. And swings through that one. Quickly behind 0-2. Not really seeing the ball very well tonight, apparently. And the 0-2 is taken high for ball 1. Good job of laying off that one. Tough pitch to lay off with 2 strikes. Grass continues to battle here. Now it's 1-2. There's that changeup. That falls low. Tried to get her to pull the trigger on that and didn't. Evens the count at 2-2. And I think she did. So that's going to be strike 3. Another strikeout and the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Abby Lease, who led off that big third inning with a walk. Swings and fouls first pitch back. Quickly 0-1. Now to Lease. There's that changeup. That's taken low. Starting to see a few more of those changeups early in the count here from Kirking. The 1-1 is swung through and missed for strike 2. I think that's why you throw that changeup kind of in the early in counts. Kind of gets you thinking. And didn't throw all that hard, but Lease was a little bit behind that one and swings through that one as well. So a couple of strikeouts now for Kirking here in the top of the 4th. Brings up Whitney Hansen, who had a 1-2 double her first at bat. And there's a changeup that in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't see at least one more changeup in this at bat. There's a pitch, and that's popped up first base side into foul territory. First baseman makes the catch, and that's a quick inning for Kirking and the Red Hawks as they go 1, 2, 3. And just like that, we've played 3.5 innings. Westby 4, GET 2.
The Varsity Funeral Home, dedicated to serving area families in time of need. Caring, professional guidance, always a must. Contact Gina Sherry for reliable, compassionate care. The loss of the life of a loved one is always a stressful time. Turn to Varsity Funeral Home, Westby and Viroqua. Cashton Farm Supply. Since 1984, Cashton Farm Supply has focused on organic feed, manufacturing, and distribution. Stop in, talk to Ernie or any of his team, and discuss the benefits of organic farming. Located on Highway 27, just outside of Cashton. Best of luck to our area teams. Midbeast TV and Appliance, the place to go in Cashton for your Samsung, LG, Frigidaire, and more with kitchen appliances. Watch the playoff games and regular season events with the best large screen TV selection, all from Midbeast TV and Appliance. Excellent, friendly, and knowledgeable service department as well. That's Midbeast, downtown Cashton.
And we're back here in Galesville. We've played 3.5 innings. This is now the bottom of the 4th. And GET will send up Candace Cocott, Cox, and Johnson. Very similar to the second inning where Cocott led off. She popped up to the first baseman, her first at bat. She hits this one deep into left field. Going back, it's going to get over the head and bounce up against the fence. Lease picks it up. It's going to hold her to a long single. Well, it's kind of following the ball there. I didn't see what kind of jump she got there, but might have got caught watching that one just a little bit as that kind of short hopped the fence. And that's going to bring up Ellie Cox. A very long, loud single for Cocott. Ellie Cox now the batter. Another leadoff runner aboard for GET. And squares around a bunt. Big lead for Cocott, but she stays home. Pitch was taken for a ball. Now the 1-0, squares around a bunt, pulls that one back. Throw to first is not in time. Timeout called. 2-0 the count. There's a ground ball to second baseman. Nedlund makes the tag, I believe, and I think we're going to get a double play. Nope, no tag. Thought from my angle she was going to be able to get there, but Olivia Nedlund elects to get the out at first base. Nice play by Nedlund there. But Cocott moves to second base. That brings up the center fielder Johnson with one away, runner on second. She swings away and fouls this one up over the Westby dugout. Berg gets ahead 0-1. Johnson, strikeout victim, her first at bat. Swings through that one. She's quickly behind 0-2. Cocott, the runner at second. And the 0-2 is grounded ball, first base. That gets underneath grass, but Nedlund's there to pick that one up. And nice play by Olivia Nedlund. So that's 4 unassisted. Cocott moves to third on the play. That brings up Gimza. There's a strike. I didn't really see what happened, but that fly ball to the fence, I would have thought she might have been able to get a double out of it. She ended up at first base, and that has turned out to cost GET a run here. As she would have scored if she had been on third base instead of second base on that last play. She probably scores easily. At any rate, now it's 0-2 to Giemsma. And Berg is one pitch away from getting out of this inning unscathed. And swings through that one, and that's what Berg gets. She gets the strikeout. Big strikeout there to end the inning. So we've played 4 complete. Westby leads 4-2.
Cade Clearing. When it comes to clearing out old tree stumps or taking down hazardous trees, be sure to contact Cade Clearing. Brett at 608-615-0827 or Riley at 608-632-3678. Fully insured for your protection. Cade Clearing. Call today for a free estimate. Miles of Smiles Child Care Center, LLC. Located in the basement of Our Savior's Church, downtown Westby, 306 South Main. Be sure to call Ashley Liam at 608-634-2833. Ages 6 weeks through 10 years. There's a ton of fun and life-learning experiences waiting for your child at Miles of Smiles Child Care.
Well, we're back here in Galesville. We're to the top of the fifth. Westby holding on to a 4-2 lead. They come up with top of the order, Kennedy Brigham, who is 1 for 1 with a sacrifice and a run scored. Singled in the first. Had a sacrifice on a safety squeeze in the third and ended up scoring. Brigham hits this one to left and deep. This has got a chance. It's at the wall. It is off the top of the fence. Brigham around first, and she's going to get into second with a standing double. Brigham missed that home run by, I don't know, about 2 feet. She gave that one a ride to left on the right day. That might get out of here, but the wind might have fought that one just a little bit. That brings up Nedlin, so a leadoff double for Brigham. And she continues to swing a hot bat. Nedlin takes strike one. Nedlin looks at a ball low, evens the count 1-1. Westby looking to get a couple of those runs back and get some insurance runs. That's taken for strike two. Caught the knees there. So Brigham led off with a double. And Nedlin now takes that one a bit low. Evens the count at 2-2. Kenzie Stelner standing in the on-deck circle. And Nedlin swings through that one, and she's retired on the strikeout. Big strikeout there for Kirking. As Brigham still stands at second base, now one away, and Kenzie Stelner, she's off to a very good start here offensively for the Lady Norse. Couple of home runs in that game against Arcadia. At Arcadia, she swings through that one and is behind 0-1. That pitch taken low and away. Evens the count 1-1. Jada Berg now in the on-deck circle. Just one away here in the top of the fifth. Westby leads 4-2. There's a changeup, and that's taken for a ball. 2-1 now the count to Stelner. Got that changeup out of the way. She can safely think she might not see another. There's a ground ball snagged by Kirking. She's going to be a throw to first for the out, but Brigham moves to third on the play. So Berg has a chance to help her cause here with two away. Brigham moves to third. Berg stands in. Two away here, top of the fifth. Got a good one going here in Galesville as that one's taken low for ball one. Berg a little late on that one, fouls it back. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. There's a shot down the first baseline. Foul. Puts Kirking ahead on Berg 1-2. A big run for Westby standing over there at third base in the form of Kennedy Brigham, who led this inning off with a booming double into left center as that ball is taken high. Evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, Brigham missed touching them all by, just a couple of feet as that hit high off the fence in left center field. The 2-2 now to Berg. She swings through it, and big strikeout for Kirking. And that's going to end the Westby fifth inning. So they get one hit on the double by Brigham, but nothing else after that. So we've played 4.5 innings, and it is Westby 4, GET 2.
Main Street Designs. If you're in need for a cut, color, or highlight, be sure to contact Leah Kroom. Main Street Designs may be just what you're looking for. Conveniently located in the heart of Westby. 116 South Main Street. Give Leah a call today, 634-3201, and set up your appointment. To buying or selling your home, contact Carmen Fortune, your New Directions real estate expert, now located in Viroqua as well as Westby. Carmen at newdirectionsre.com. Carmen Fortune, New Directions Real Estate, serving the Coulee and Driftless regions of Wisconsin. Stop in at the VFW in Viroqua for great nightly specials. The VFW has an excellent menu from tacos, sandwiches, pizza, and of course the delicious Friday night fish fry that comes with a soup and salad bar. Let them take care of supper for you. It's the VFW of Viroqua.
So leading off here in the bottom half of the fifth is the designated player, Caroline Mack. She grounded out to the first baseman in her first at-bat. As Berg toes the rubber and gets ready to start this half of the inning, and a little bit tardy on that one. For strike one was Mack. So Berg ahead on the count here, trying to avoid that leadoff runner that GET's been able to put together in the last couple of innings, and quickly ahead 0-2. And the 0-2 must have been just outside. Brings the count to 1-2. That one's popped up. Grass calling. Squeezing and makes the catch to retire Mack for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up top of the order. This is kind of given Westby fits here. Kirking is just 1 for 2, but she had a nice hit to left field, fielded by Lease in her first at bat, and then singled and scored in her second at bat. So she's at the top of the order for a reason. Good hitter. She squares around a bunch. She puts it down, and I don't think they're going to have a play, as she got that right down the third base line, and she runs very well. I believe it was a bunt single she had in her second at bat as well. So a couple of bunt singles for Shayna Kirky, and GET is back on the base paths here, and that brings up DeJager, who struck out her first at bat, and then she bunted down the third baseline in her second at bat, and that swung through. The throw to second is a good one, and just couldn't handle the throw. Boy, that was a good throw. It just popped out of the glove of Kerner at shortstop. And Kirking gets the stolen base. But great throw by Kennedy Brigham. I can't hardly move the camera fast enough to catch that play at second base, unfortunately. But take my word for it, that was a great throw by Brigham. Just didn't make the play there. That's a great bunt, and that's right down the first baseline this time, and now there's nobody at second base, so DeJager's going to get into second. You know, it's a bad look, I think, there, but I think after one pitch, that's where she would have been standing anyway. She runs very well. So now it's second and third. That puts the tying run now in scoring position here with one away in the fifth for Maggie Bistadu, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to first. First pitch by Berg is fouled back. So ahead on the count. So Westby's going to have to shape up here defensively. Not that it really did anything wrong. There's a couple of great bunts by GET. That top of the order, Kirky and Jaeger. A couple of good bunters that really run well as that one's fouled back up and out of play. So quickly 0-2. And the 0-2, big pitch here from Berg, is swung through and missed. A huge strikeout from Jada Berg. As I say, I mentioned it early in the game. It's such an advantage when you have a pitcher like Berg who can try to find that extra gear and pick up some strikeouts. And gets a big one there, and that brings up Anderson, who is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second and then struck out in the third. So let's see what Berg has for her in this at-bat. So Berg's going to try to reach down, find another gear here, as that's strike one. That's a good start. Jada likes to work ahead on the count, as most pitchers do, but she's really going to try to push for throwing another strike here. And there it is, and puts the bat out there and kind of fouls that one back, and she's quickly ahead 0-2. And you got a whole bunch of options now as a pitcher if you're Jada. Such good control from Jada Berg. She can maybe just try to elevate this one a little bit and see if she can get her to chase. And goes on the outside corner, and there's strike three, and that's going to be the third out. So a couple of huge strikeouts from Jada Berg to get out of that inning with no runs. A couple of bunt base hits. Strands runners at second and third. After 5 complete, it is still 4-2 Westby.
Main Street Mobile Mart, downtown Viroqua. Stop in and pick up your last-minute fishing requirements, bait to tackle, and even a quick snack. It's Viroqua's Mobile Mini Mart. Keep your vehicle running smoothly with Synergy Mobile Fuel. Rob and the whole gang wish everyone the best of luck during the 2021 season. American Family Insurance. For all your protection under one roof, it's the Miranda Wright Agency, Westby and Viroqua, providing you with a wide range of reliable insurance protection for you and your loved ones. Hard-working farm insurance coverage as well from your American Family Miranda Wright Agency. Stop in today and see why they are the family that you choose. Vernon Memorial Healthcare. VMH is committed to making your visit a 5-star patient experience anytime you need them. Find out more by going to vmh.org/5starcare. 16 straight years of outstanding service based on Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. All this right here in Viroqua.
We're back in Galesville here. We've played 5 complete. Westby with a 4-2 lead. Hannah Nelson leads off. She flies this one into left. I believe it's slicing foul, and that did. So Hannah Nelson, who's had a real nice game at the plate here, is 2 for 2, in fact. She fouls this one back. She's behind 0-2 quickly here. I think she was 0-2 in her first at bat, too. Worked a full count and then ended up slapping a base hit to pass the shortstop. And then in her second at bat, she also worked a full count and ended up lining a base hit into left center. Here's the 0-2, and that's taken for strike 3, and she knew it. Wants that one back. Big strikeout to start the top of the 6th for Kirking. That's going to bring up Kaylee Kerner. Kerner swings and hits this one just over the Westby dugout. 0-1 quickly to Kerner. Chased that one a little up, got a piece of it, fouled it straight back, and she's down quickly 0-2. Lays off that one. 1-2 now as that one sailed high. That one is hit to the second baseman. A lot of spin on it, but she picks it up, fields it cleanly, and throws Kerner out at first. So nice play there by Kokot to retire Kerner. Now batting in that designated player flex spot is Emma Salverson. This is her first at-bat of the ball game. So 2 away quickly here in the top of the 6th. Salverson looking to get something started here with 2 outs for the Lady Norse. First pitch to her is taken low for a ball. Abby Lease in the on-deck circle. Salverson hits this one back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Fielded by Kokot. The throw to first is in time. Nice play. So Salverson retired. A couple of nice plays by Kokot there. And Westby goes down 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 5.5. It is 4-2 Westby.
ADRC of Vernon County, supporting elderly and the disabled. 402 Courthouse Square. The ADRC of Vernon County is looking for volunteer drivers in Hillsborough, Lafarge, and Ontario. Help transport your neighbors to medical appointments or for daily errands. Mileage reimbursement is available. Call Vernon County's Aging and Disability Resource Center today. The Bank of Cashton and Scott Wall hope that you are enjoying today's special broadcast. Be sure to contact Ann Kaiser for all of your HSA or other insurance questions that you may have. 654-5121. Best of luck to the Cashton Eagles. From your friends, it's the Bank of Cashton, serving the area since 1899. Vernon Manor Healthcare Center, located just outside of Viroqua, a county-owned long-term care and rehabilitation facility. Be sure to call Amanda Huff or any of her crew at 637-5400 and find out why you are treated like family at Vernon Manor Healthcare Center. The Kevin Blusky Agency, with Farm Pack policies that provide comprehensive coverage for your home and personal items. Your leader in the farm coverage business, Rural Mutual. Stop in and see Kevin today. Your Wisconsin-based insurance company that keeps your money in the state. Home, condo, and personal insurance coverage as well. All this from Kevin Blusky, Rural Mutual Insurance.
So we're back here. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Candace Kokot's going to lead off. She nearly put one out of here in her last at bat. Ended up with a long single. So we're at 5, 6, and 7 in the order here, as that one's taken low for a ball. And really would like to limit base runners in this inning, because you want to get back to that top of the order here, because they've given Westby fits here the last couple of times through here. So there's the pitch. That's taken for ball 2, a little upstairs. Count is 2-0. See if Berg can work herself back into this count. There's strike 1. 2-1 now the count to Candace Kokot, the second baseman. Made a couple of nice plays in the top half of this inning to help out in that 1-2-3 inning. There's a pitch. That's fly into left, into center, I guess. Hannah Nelson standing underneath it. Makes the catch. Almost got the camera there in time, I think. But nice play by Hannah Nelson as Kokot flies out to start out this bottom of the sixth. That brings up number 9, the left fielder, Ellie Cox. 0 for 2. She's got a strikeout and a ground out to Olivia Nedlund at second base here a couple innings ago. One away here in the bottom of the sixth. Squares around the bunt. Puts it down, but it is foul. So 0-1 to Cox. Berg gets the sign, gets ready to roll here. The 0-1 is taken for strike 2, right at the very top of the strike zone. Tell you what, from my point of view, which isn't a great one, I'll give you, but umpire's done a fantastic job in this ball game. Very consistent both ways. Oh, and 2 the count. That pitch is fouled over the Westby dugout. Count stays 0-2 as she stays alive. Once again, Berg ahead in the count, 0-2. A lot of options here. Doesn't have to put this one in the strike zone if she doesn't want to. She's got good enough control, or she can waste one here if she so chooses. That's a ground ball. It's going to get into the right field. Stelner's going to play that one right in between first and second base there, and Cox is on board with a single. Tatum Johnson now, the center fielder, number 22, with Cox at first, speedy runner. My guess is that she'll be in motion here. There she goes. There's a ground ball to past Nedlund at second base, so a couple of base hits in a row. They're going to try to throw her out at third. Great throw by Stelner, and they got her. What a throw by Kenzie Stelner. That's a big, huge out. Johnson moves to second. She's going to get credit with a single. And Cox is gunned down at third. 9-5 in your scorebook for the second out. That's going to bring up Gemza, the right fielder. 2 outs now. Johnson on second. Berg's pitch is swung on and missed. What a great play by Kenzie Stelner. That if this score stays 4-2 at the end of this one, we're going to look back at that play here in the bottom of the sixth and say, wow, what a huge play. And that throw had to be right on the money, and it was. Great play by the senior right fielder. Squares around the bunt, pops it up. Brigham tries to chase it down, but can't quite get to it. 0-2 is the count. So Berg trying to get out of this one. Here's the 0-2. That's a good spot for that one. That's up out of the zone. Couldn't get her to chase. Good watch there by Gemsma. Berg with the 0-2 again. This one's flied into left. Lease camping under it and makes the catch. So Westby pitches out of another jam there, and that's a couple of big plays there for the Lady Norse as they get out of that inning. One hit, no runs, one hit, one left, and after 6 complete, it is 4-2 Westby.
Lynn's Home Center, downtown Cashton. Lynn's Home Center is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays until 5. Major appliances, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana for you to choose from. Be sure to call Lynn's Home Center, 654-7844. And remember, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Bobby John's, downtown Cashton, now open for your enjoyment. You'll find your all-time favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner items on their extensive menu. Stop in, say hi to Sam and Jolene Balto today. They're located at 913 Front Street and open every day of the week except Mondays. Call ahead 608-654-7611. We'll see you there. Award-winning service from the best small technology company in the nation. It's Vernon Communications in Westby and Viroqua. For local high school sporting events, community coverage, be sure to check out Vernon Communications Channel 14. Superior technology to our local communities for over 60 years.
Well, here we are. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. Westby clinging to a 4-2 lead. Abby Lease is going to lead off this top half of the 7th. A couple insurance runs would be fantastic here for Westby. Abby Lease with a walk and a strikeout and a run scored in this game. A couple of nice plays in left field. That pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. The 1-1 is hit into left field. This is going to be trouble, and that's going to drop. And it gets underneath, and Lease thinks about it, but turns around and heads back to first. So Abby Lease continues her nice game going here with a single. That's a great way to start this inning. Like I say, a couple insurance runs would be huge, as looking ahead to the GET 7th inning, they have Mack, the 9 batter, followed by the top of the order, which has done some damage here against Westby. Whitney squares around a bunt. Hanson, that is. Pulls it back, I believe, for ball 1. Yeah, it was ball 1. So Whitney's got a job to do here. That's just get that ball in play and get Abby Lease to second base. She squares around the bunt again. She gets out a good one. It's going to be a tough play. Nice play there by the third baseman, I believe, who came and fielded that bunt. But Whitney Hanson does her job. Abby Lease standing on second base. It's going to be a sacrifice for Whitney Hanson. The putout goes 5. I believe that's 5-4, as the second baseman came over and covered on that play, I believe. Brings up Kennedy Brigham, top of the order. She missed a home run her last at bat by just a couple of feet. Shit went off the upper fourth of the fence in left center. She singled in the first at a sacrifice on a safety squeeze in the third, and then that booming double in the fifth. So 2 for 2 with a sacrifice night for Kennedy Brigham. I think that hit her in the shoulder. It sure did. So Brigham finds herself on first base the hard way. And that's gonna bring up a mound visit. Second and third. I don't know what they're probably discussing, but they know that Olivia Nedlund is kind of that little slap hitter, and I think maybe the coach wants to say, well, look, if they're going to do that again, we might get a play at first, but you can bet that they're going to try to score that run, and everybody needs to be on their toes this entire play. So Brigham is the runner at first base. Lease, the runner at second base. We'll have one out here with Olivia Nedlund, the batter. Kirking getting ready to pitch here. She's pitched a wonderful game here. Gave just those 4 runs in the third inning, got into a little bit of trouble. There's a slap. That's a fair ball. Tried to play by the shortstop, and everybody's going to be safe. Oh, once again, I have a hard time moving that camera, but slapped it right over the head of the third baseman. The shortstop was over, but could not make the play. So now we have the bags full of Lady Norse with one out, and Kenzie Stelner, the batter. That's going to be just a solid, clean base hit for Olivia Nedlund, and Stelner pops this one straight up. It's going to be a tough play. The catcher coming out there to make the play, and she's not able to make that play. Boy, I tell you what, it's been a long time, but I got some experience in those, and that's a very, very difficult play for the catcher. That's really got to be the first baseman's ball. You're running away from a ball like that, and that is a very tough play. And anyway, new life for Kenzie Stelner. We'll see, that could loom big. Stelner has the kind of power that could break this one open with one swing. But she's down on the count 0-1. And there's a line drive. There it is, base hit in the left. One run is in. Brigham's around third, and she is going to be safe at the plate, and runners advance. So a huge 2-run single by Kenzie Stelner. And that's what I mean. Boy, they kind of maybe gave her a little bit of new life with that, unable to catch that pop fly. And now we have a 6-2 lead. Runners at second and third on the 2 RBI single by Stelner. That brings up Jada Berg, swings through that pitch. She's down on the count 0-1. Jada, kind of a tough night at the plate for her. She's been swinging the bat really well this year, but 0 for 3 here today. Found some struggles. And she swings through that one. She's quickly behind 0-2 again. So Stelner at third. Boy, Stelner, I tell you what, has really turned herself into the player of the game here in the last half an inning or so. That throw, and that's going to be strike 3. And that has not been a strike all night. But Jada is the victim of that pitch that caught the knees, apparently, for the second out. But I tell you what now, Jada, you're the pitcher. If you get that call next half of the inning, you can take that. There's strike 1 to Hannah Nelson. So second and third still, 2 away now. Nelson, a couple of insurance runs out there. It'd be nice to get them. And that pitch is low and in the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1. Nelson swings through that one, gets by the catcher, but everybody stays put. 1-2 now to Nelson. She's had a pretty good day at the plate. She's 2 for 3. Couple of base hits to left field for Hannah tonight. Here's the 1-2. That one change up falls a bit short. Evens the count at 2-2. Well, here's the 2-2. Nelson swings through that one, and that's a big strikeout for Kirking. So that's the third out, but Kenzie Stelner comes through with a bases loaded single to left, and Westby has increased their lead to 6-2 here. We've just got 3 outs to get for Westby. We're coming up at the bottom of the 7th after this.
Sweet Valley Artisan and Valley Fudge and Candy invite you to stop in and browse the 9,000 square feet of Artisan Mall located in downtown Coon Valley. With more than 50 local artisans, you're sure to find your treasure with handmade crafts, collectibles, furnitures, paint, and more. Downtown Coon Valley. We'll see you there. Sweet Valley Artisan.
We got a little more of a cushion here for Westby. Now they got 2 runs in the top half of the 7th here to bring the lead to 6-2. They got Caroline Mack, the 9 batter here, leading off this top of the 7th. And she holds off, takes ball 1. There's a pitch that's in a little low, ball 2. That one's a little low. And Berg's a little frustrated. And you know what? I don't blame her. That was strike 3 to her last inning, just about 4 minutes ago. But we move on. 3-0. And there's ball 4. It's not the start Berg wanted. And GET's manager out to have a discussion. I don't think. Well, that's still number 10. They haven't done anything yet here. I think looks like they're going to bring in a pinch runner. And I think if this is 17, that is also who was the courtesy runner. I think maybe that's why there's the discussion. This is going to have to be like an actual switch, as number 17 was already the courtesy runner for the catcher back in the 2nd inning. So this is probably just a straight substitution now, as she has entered the game as a pinch runner. And there's a strike. Ooh, and there's a play. Ooh, that was very close. Thought Grass might have been able to get in front of that and keep her from getting to the base, but Mr. Korger right on top of that one. 0-1 the count. The pitch was a strike. Big strike to Kirky, who's been a tough out so far in this ball game. He slaps that one to second. Nedlin's going to go to second. They'll never be able to make the relay, but a great play by Nedlin to get to the lead runner. She's cut down, so 4-6 for the first out. Kirky now the runner at first, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's not going to be there very long. Very good speed from Kirky on first base. DeJager also shown she's a pretty decent bunter. I'm sure she'll be trying to bunt for a base hit here. She's going to take a strike, no throw on the stolen base, and if you're Westby, you got a 4-run lead. I would pretend that Shayna Kirky isn't even out on the base paths. Try to get this out, get the hitter out, and if she finds her way around to score, so be it. There's a line shot off the fence on the GET dugout side. It's quickly 0-2 to Jaeger. Not squaring around to bunt at all. I'm kind of surprised Westby hasn't shown the greatest ability to field, these good bunts from these two speedy lefties, but kind of a slap hit from Kirky for a fielder's choice. And now quickly 0-2 to DeJager. And that one's slapped. That's going to be into left field for a base hit. Lees, they're going to hold up the runner at third. So we got runners at the corners. Once again, if you're Westby, no need to panic. Boy, I tell you what, and those insurance runs from that base hit by Kenzie Stelner really looming large now. Instead of having the tying run at first base with one out, they've GET still with plenty of work to do. That brings up Maggie Bistadu, who's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. I'm guessing DeJager will hit second base here on his first pitch, and I'm guessing Westby's going to let her have it. That one's popped up into right field. I think it's slicing foul. Stelner coming on and can't quite get there. Just kept slicing away from Kenzie Stelner and Maggie Bistadu retrieves her bat, and she'll get back in the box down 0-1. So DeJager still at first base for the moment. She was running on that pitch, and I'm assuming she's going to be running on this one as well. Here comes the 0-1. There she goes. That's slapped to grass. She makes the play at first, throws home. That's not in time. Nothing to lose there for the effort, but we're still going to get an out. Well, they're saying, I don't know what he was trying to pull over at first base there. Trying to somehow claim that Bistadu was safe at first. So Kirky comes around to score. It's now 6-3, but 2 outs. More importantly, DeJager at second base for Anderson, the catcher, who is 0 for 3, did reach on an error in the second inning. That one's hit into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Stelner holds onto it, and runners are going to stay put. So that does Kinley Anderson there with a solid base hit into right. Does not score the run. First and third now. That brings up Kokot, who does have a little pop in her bat. As she did have that long single back in the fourth that got to the warning track. So the tying run is at the plate, 6-3. 2 outs. Power versus power here. Anderson, the runner at first, and there and she is not running. And Kokot was swinging to tie this one up, but fouled it back.
Stop in at Rockton Bar and Grill. When it comes to the best grilled chicken from May through October, there's no place like the Rockton Bar. Stop in, say hi to Jody and all the gang just outside of Lafarge. Delicious lunch and evening specials each and every day. Good luck to all of the area wrestlers throughout the state tournament trail.
Oh, that's full service. Pull in there, Michelle. Oh, yeah, okay.
Fill her up?
With the good stuff.
You got it.
Oh, and can you check the oil too, please?
Sure. That car has no oil.
Embroidery and more. For quality embroidery, sewing services, screen printing, and promotional products at reasonable rates. Be sure to stop in, see Great Danes at their location, 210D Swiggham Road in Westby. Get the job done right the first time. Best of luck to the Norsemen, Eagles, and Blackhawks throughout the year.
Well, we're back here in Galesville. Apologies, my rookie mistake here with this equipment. My battery must have went dead there in the bottom of the 7th, and we missed the end of the game with GET. Put up a rally, got the tying run to the plate, and Westby ended the game on a flyout to Hannah Nelson, and they were victors 6-3. So great game. Westby comes out victorious 6-3. We're going to be in West Salem tomorrow night, hopefully, and get that doubleheader filmed. Until then, we'll see you. Thanks for joining us.